Hello, my name is Amina and I'm your decision-making specialist. And today is July 26th, it's hard to keep track, 2020, and that is day and video number 131, 131 days in some form or shape of in shelter. And the days, obviously, if this is 131, are adding up. And I am guessing that for most everyone else, wherever you are in the world, that you have your own days of adding up, your own markers of COVID-19, your own story of how it's going for you, how it's going for your family, for your neighbors, and what you've heard from other countries and what's going on for them. A lot of chaos, a lot of fear and uncertainty, a lot of unknowns as to whether there will be a vaccine, if it will be a valid one, if it will be able to be distributed to all the people or just a chosen few. This video is not meant to be a junk pile of gloom and sadness and hopelessness. However, I do want this video and my others to be real, because for me, you are real, I am real, all of us in this together are real. We are the story we are writing. We're not writing a story out there and then there's us. Everything we experience, everything we think, everything we feel, do, how we are is part of that story. And that story is a living document that is going on moment by moment, second by second. And then there's a bigger story, and that is what's going on around us. I only am speaking for United States and what's going around us, and I'm telling you, not a necessarily pretty picture. I am absolutely a person of hope, a person of appreciation, and a person of optimism. And I am a person of realness, of truth, of honesty, as very best as I can be. And what's happening all around me, around us here, is we have this horrible virus. A lot of the states, of the cities, started opening up slowly before checking, before having methodologies to check the success and the pitfalls of opening up. A lot of people just thought, whoa, I'm free, yada do, and just acted as if everything was suddenly, magically open to the old reality. Like the virus was just over. It had just evaporated. It just disappeared. Guess what? That virus is in a certain way more intelligent than we are. It's pre-programmed and it's very strategic about how it just is dormant for a little bit and then comes out when every option, every environment is just right. The thing is, in opening up that big, not wearing masks, getting within closer proximity, going back into closed environments in large groups, and going about daily life as if everything suddenly had been eliminated and we were transported into the past the way we left it. Guess what? The virus stayed firm. And so our numbers of cases of contracted virus, hospitalization, and deaths are spiking again. People talked about flattening the numbers. The only way that those numbers stopped from going up is because we had a protocol in place. And I'm not pointing fingers and blaming. I'm using the word we. All of us got so excited. And a lot of us were very skeptical, which is part of the realism. And we used our what if tool. What if we have not really mastered this virus at all? And a lot of us didn't go out wide open, believing that we were going back to our old normal. And we hopefully have at least helped to keep some places safer. And other people, it's horrible. It is just horrible. And with that, we have another pandemic, which is, since there's nowhere to hide now, all of the social inequities, financial inequities, human inequities, all the lacking and the them or us, all of the haves, the have-nots, whatever verbiage you want to use, all of that is coming out. And then we have a third pandemic, which is justice, the legal system, and what's going on within that format, which is now entering in another complication, which are federal troops that are coming into cities. And then you add that to the protesters. And then you add that to the fear that people are living with because of the virus. That is a pretty ugly storm of events. It's like fireworks of discontent, of fear, of distrust. And that is part of it. If we bring it to a personal level, the moratorium on rents being deferred, house payments being deferred, credit payments being deferred, all of that financial part, and when things are getting shut down again, unemployment, loss of businesses that will never be able to come back, and lack of people being able to buy food. Schools closed down, so we have remote online education, which sounds, wow, that's a great fix, except the truth is so many people do not have accessible internet. They have no way of using that technology. And the parents are maybe essential workers. Maybe they have a large family with a lot of children. They are not trained as instructors for school, for classes. Doesn't mean they're dumb. It just means it takes time and energy and training and learning how to manage at-home schooling for each of their children. And some of those kids have special needs. And parents are trying to work from home, or they're essential workers and they're having to go out and plan schedules. So I know that my gosh, I've got such a deep pile. It's a wonder that you can even breathe. And that isn't to try to bury you. That's to try to elevate you into an awareness of how significant and how important you are in the midst of all of this. And it's just the truth. And tucked amid all of that, I am hoping that you can find a moment that you'd be able to add to your story. That's a treasurable moment. And in the midst of all of that going on, I am asking you to watch for those moments, to watch for something that you didn't notice before and you do now. Remember that joy and happiness and appreciation do not have to come in huge, giant boxes. Sometimes they're just noticing one of your kids laughing, or noticing an expression on your friend's face, or noticing for just a second you've forgotten about everything and you exhale. Those are magic moments. So pay attention to them too, while you're aware of all the things going on around you. It's part of the big story, and it's part of our story. It's part of what we're living now. And as many times as you can within all of that, find those treasurable moments too. Then when you are able to go out and create your new normal, you'll already know how to watch for those moments. So practice within the midst of reality. That part of the realness is a moment, an eyelash of joy. All right, take care, subscribe, come back, and I will be here and I will be watching for you because you are one of those magical moments to me. All right, take care. Bye for now.